Welcome back into the channel, everybody. It's Luke W, and I'm greeted by a special guest today from GS1 USA to help you guys with your Amazon FBA barcodes, getting your private label products properly labeled before they get into Amazon. Megan, thank you for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do, what the whole background is? What are GS1 barcodes? Why are they important? Let's jump right into it.
Absolutely. That's a big task, Luke, and thank you so much for having me. Just a little bit of background. So GS1 US is actually a not-for-profit, industry-driven organization. We administer the most widely used supply chain standard in the world, and GS1 US is one of actually 116 organizations worldwide that sort of support and roll out that standard. Probably the most recognizable GS1 standard is actually the UPC barcode that everybody knows from scanning products at the grocery store and doing their self-checkout. So here at GS1 US, I work as a business development director. So it's my role to work with people like you, Luke, to help businesses out there make the most of their GS1 membership and get all the tools they need to help their business scale and grow.
That is awesome. And myself being in the Amazon FBA private label niche space for going on 6 years now, there was a lot of workarounds besides using GS1, but GS1 is now becoming more and more prevalent and necessary as Amazon has been cracking down on people using regular barcodes purchased on eBay. A lot of times some of those barcodes were used multiple times with other products, and if you try and type the barcode in when you're making a product listing, when you're trying to enter in your product ID, it's going to say that is not valid. Tell me a little bit about with GS1, what this membership is and what's the benefit for everyone.
Sure. And what really sets apart a UPC or a G10, a global trade item number, which is the number that's embedded in that UPC barcode, what really sets apart one of those that's acquired from us here at GS1 US or any GS1 member organization is you have a guarantee that it's authentic. So when you come to us, you get a number that is going to be unique in the market. It won't be replicated. And really importantly, it's verifiable. So we have a global registry where all those numbers are kept, and your business partners like Amazon can come into that registry and verify that you are in fact the owner. From your perspective, you get a certificate that lays out all the numbers that you have licensed from us. And so if you have any issues, you're talking about throwing out some of those examples where a number might be used on multiple listings. That's really not what Amazon wants, and they're really working to kind of crack down and get rid of those duplicates. When you have that certificate, that proves that that number actually belongs to you and you are the rightful owner of that listing.
Right. And that's the huge thing. I've even had students where they've launched a new product and second day they made 266 sales. They hardly had any reviews. They just launched and took off. And then they had some hijackers jump onto their listing. And that could be another case where the GS1 barcode could come in and protect and prevent others because you are the authentic listing creator, the originator with that certificate. Also, you don't want to launch a listing and just crush it, and then Amazon sees, oh, your barcode's not good, and they just shut your listing down. So that's
Absolutely.
really
And we
key.
do hear those stories. When you're an Amazon seller, your equity is in your listing, right? It's in all your reviews and your history. And if you have a situation where your identifier does not match your company, it could cause huge problems for you, for sure down the line. And we really, part of the reason we're out here speaking with folks like you, Luke, is we really want to make sure people don't get themselves into that situation. We want to make sure they have all the information they can up front to make the right choice for their business.
Now, what is the membership to get a GS1 official barcode certified and everything like that? And how does that
Sure.
work?
Sure. So if you're coming to GS1 US, you actually have two different options for acquiring a global trade item number. And I'm just going to say G10 from now on, Luke. I apologize, but that's our GS1 speak is G10, so it's going to roll right off my tongue. But
Okay, okay.
so you have two options when you come to us. The first one is you can actually license a single G10. So it's one number and the cost for that is $30. It's a one-time fee, and it's yours. You'll get that certificate. You'll be a member of GS1 US, and I think that's a really, really great option for anyone who's just getting started. Or, maybe if you just have a few really successful products and you don't intend to sort of grow your line, you're just sort of got a couple solid products and that's where you want to be. That single could be a really, really good option for you. As of now, we have more than 80,000 people that have joined GS1 US as members via the single. So it's been very, very popular. The other option is to license a GS1 company prefix. And by doing so, you would license somewhere between 10 GTINs and 100,000 GTINs all at the same time. If you have a very large product line, that could definitely be a much more cost-effective strategy for you, because the larger the prefix, the more cost-effective it is per GTIN. So apparel companies, all those kinds of companies that have, very large seasonal turnover, things like that, prefix is definitely the way to go. And there's some other identifiers, the global location number and the serialized shipping container code, that you can generate when you license a prefix as well. That could become really important as your business scales and grows. If you want to kind of get into, brick and mortar retail, large enterprise retail partners, that would really service you if you're going to go going in that direction. So you got those two choices.
Okay. Yeah, because I know there was an option that I've done through Amazon where I just got a G10 exemption. So that is an option for some Amazon sellers that can go in there. They have to show Amazon proof of a product package or the product itself with your brand logo on it, and then you can kind of get brand registry, and they will allow you to be exempt to create a listing there on Amazon. But then the downside to that is that you're not officially registered with GS1. You're not able to then launch your brand, take it, and have an official UPC code or G10 to get it in mainstream stores. Perhaps if you want to sell it on another e-commerce platform. And for $30, like I read one time it was like 250. Where was I reading that?
Yeah. So when you license a prefix,
Okay.
your minimal cost is higher because you're getting more G10s. The single G10 actually only came about as of 2021. And it's actually a really great example of how GS1 standards kind of shift and grow and change as business changes. So we are an industry-driven organization. So what our members and potential members want, that's the direction we aim to go and grow. And there's a huge market for, especially in the wake of the pandemic, a lot of small sellers coming to Amazon and other platforms. To launch small businesses either as a side hustle or as a passion project, or they just kind of wanted a change. And the single G10 is really for that market. We introduced it in 2021, and in hopes of sort of helping those people that are kind of just getting their feet wet be able to join in global standards.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I remember when I started pumping my videos out, I was hammering them every day, and it was like, hey, well, here's this option to get these on eBay, and it might be sketchy, and you might get your listing taken down. And this was, 2018, 2019. And then lately, I've just done the GTN exemptions just because I'm just selling the product on Amazon. But at the end of the day, like, it's so much easier. You can bypass, and you really do have an issue when creating listings if you don't have that solid UPC number that you're putting in. The G10 exemption process, I have a video on it on my channel, but it's a little complicated and I get a lot of questions about it. It's a lot easier to pay $30 and just be registered and certified right from the jump. There's probably never any discount codes for this, but I'll have the link down in the description if you guys want to take a look at the website. Is there anything on the website that people should look out for, or is it pretty straightforward?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing I'd like to make sure people are aware of is we do have a great tool for any members called Data Hub. And whether you come in as a single G10 member and you get one G10, or you are a 100,000 capacity prefix holder, you still get access to the create manage function of Data Hub. It allows you to, when you're licensing a G10, there's a little bit of a formula to kind of creating the full number. And by using that Data Hub tool, it takes out any math you need to do. It just kind of helps you understand what your numbers are uh, easily. So particularly if you're a sort of a small business owner and you don't have software to kind of create those numbers for you, it's really helpful. And it's a really great spot to start your product catalog because it has, yeah, you can add certain key attributes there, and then download that via a spreadsheet and share it with any partners. If you're trying to sort of create listings somewhere else, so it's kind of a great foundational place to your GTINs are going to be accurate, and the rest of the information you can kind of add in easily. The other thing you can do there is you can create image files for different barcodes. Most often used is the UPC. So you can actually create a UPC barcode using your GTIN right in Data Hub. You can pull it out, send it to your packaging designer if you want to have it added to your packaging, or if you're doing stickers, send it right to your sticker maker. And that's a really useful function that a lot of people take advantage of. So we want to just make sure everyone is aware of that. Another great thing you can do on our website is we do have GS1 University there. So you can create a login, take some courses, and then that login you can create for free. So you can kind of go in there and peruse what kind of courses we have, whether you're a member or maybe just considering becoming a member and want to learn more.
Wow. Okay. Definitely a lot of resources there on the website. That sounds awesome.
If you're already getting a G10 for Amazon, think about whether you want that on the package because, number one, you can kind of do it a little bit nicer in terms of how you want your package to look if you don't have to think about it after the fact and add it on later. But it's also cheaper, right? It's cheaper to build it into packaging and have it printed with that barcode than it is to say, have stickers printed after, pay your fulfillment house to open every box and apply them, close it back up, all that sort of stuff. So, everybody needs to make the decision that makes sense for them, but I think it's just something to kind of keep in mind.
Yeah, initially when I start a new product, it's going to be the test order. I'm not going to go all out with my packaging design. But after you really solidify, hey, this product is working, you want to be ahead of the game, have the UPC generated and able to be made in your listing from the get-go. And then you can incorporate it right into your product packaging. And even if you're going to have your supplier label your Amazon barcode over it, you still have the UPC. It just looks more official. And honestly, when customers buy a product from Amazon, sometimes there's literally just tape over a piece of paper with an Amazon barcode, and people are like, what is this? So it can come into play a lot with packaging design and just making sure like customers are thinking this is a legit product. And that's what we're striving for, to stand out in this marketplace. Anyway, there's a lot of people that just beat around the bush with things, and it always catches up and kind of hurts you later down the road. So Megan,
or slows you down, which nobody wants.
Exactly. So before we sign off here, Megan, was there any other key points that you wanted to mention?
Yeah, so I'd just love to share kind of where people can learn more. We do have socials. You can visit us on LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook. And we do have our own podcast as well, Next Level Supply Chain. There's definitely a lot of Amazon content there, but it goes into sort of all aspects of the modern supply chain, anything you can think of. And you can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll go ahead and link all the information, the resources right down below this video. So I hope this really informed everyone watching today. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up, and you guys know where to get more. So Megan, thanks again for jumping on this quick call, and we'll hopefully tune in again if you have any more updates.
Thank you so much for having me.